Good morning, traders. This is Razak at CMTrading. I want to welcome you to today's market review. Today's April 10th, 2014. Today's Thursday. So it's been a big day overnight. Some tremendous trading in the Aussie USD. We mentioned it yesterday. We had anticipated some major moves in it, and lo and behold, it came through. If you paid attention to the Aussie USD early this morning, unemployment change really perked up the Aussie to some very momentous areas. Big breakout today in the Aussie USD. Later today, just to go over the economic highlights for today, ECB monthly report is coming out, so that should affect the euro. And later in that day, at 2 o'clock South African time, Bank of England is going to make a rate decision on their interest rates. And then later today, it's the weekly USD initial jobless claims. Okay, it's a weekly number. Not always does it move the market, but it is significant. All right, so let's jump into the graphs. All right, the most of note is the Euro USD. We've been following this for the last couple of days, just because of some major anticipation, and we haven't seen this happen, so often, but it does happen. We saw this resistance at this level of 0.9300, and we saw it here. We tested it as a support and then as a resistance. So this is a major level. We broke above it yesterday, and we slowly took a little bit of a sell-off, but not much of a sell-off really. It held its levels, really came through, and then broke out even higher. Okay, some guys who were short this in anticipation that it would be committing to the resistance level saw themselves really, unfortunately, getting hurt at these levels. But if you had a stop loss, neatly placed just above the resistance level, you could have been stopped out and saved yourself a lot of money. As you can see here, it broke out though. So looking at a longer time frame, let's see how far it could go up above. Let's even go to a daily chart. Well, it could perk up 94,450. It could continue going up until 94,935. This is a major move for this Aussie USD for this currency. Okay, so keep it on the radar. Let's see if it has follow through. Buy the pullbacks. Don't start going short until you see some sort of confirmation to go short. All right, moving into the Euro USD with the bank decision today. Perked up a little bit yesterday, okay, about 50 pips, this major move yesterday, but it's holding its weight, okay. Let's see if this is anticipation to the ECB news later today. Looking at a longer time frame, it has been choppy, definitely has been choppy trading. Maybe a possible short was 138,550, and you see it's just hovering at 138.38, which is, it's factored in. All the economic news has been factored into the currency, so I don't think we're going to see some tremendous, trending. But we will see some choppy market, 50 pips there, 50 pips there, that you can really scalp and take advantage of. All right, we're going to just jump into the GBP USD. GBP USD has been really trading nicely in this tight range. Not so tight, about 150 pips, but some tremendous potential in taking some scalping trades. So you see the higher range is 171,570, and the lower range hovering just almost there. We're almost there in the lower range. So if you buy the lower range and short the top of the range, you could see some nice profits. Jumping into the gold. Gold had a big move yesterday, making its way back from 1278, where we hit just about after this big debacle of 1387. We hit 1287 and then 78, excuse me, and then we've been slowly making our way back. Okay, what's interesting to note is that usually when the gold goes up, the markets go down. However, that wasn't the case yesterday. Gold continued to rally, and the markets continued to rally later in the afternoon. The Dow Jones gained some of its losses that it's had earlier in the week, and it's really due to the fact that Alcoa came out with major news that it had some very positive news. Alcoa is one of the largest aluminum manufacturing production companies in the United States, and that really took the market higher. So you don't see this anomaly very often, but it's of note. So keep an eye on the Euro USD, like we said today, on the USD British pound to see if it continues going up. Have a great trading day, ladies and gentlemen. Keep well. Bye-bye.